Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I'm going to be doing a hashtag. This was one that was created by my beautiful friend Chanel over at Spirited Stardust, and it's called MidYearTarotTag. Now this is one that I've also been meaning to do. It's just a really difficult tag to do because the questions are really difficult. So they consist of 10 questions. I will be putting those questions down below. And so let's just get started. So the first question is the favorite deck that you've used so far in 2023. And I've actually got tons of decks, but I'm going to leave it to 2 decks. And I know that these are supposed to be 1, but tough. Getting it even down to these 2 was a massive feat, okay? So, Energetics of Color. This is so friggin' gorgeous, and I love it. It's simple, but complex at the same time. It just blows me away. It's beautiful. I feel like it's working with the different energy vortexes in our body. And psychological as well, because there is color association and then there is like chakra color association. So I feel like this hits in both of those areas. It's stunning. It's so cosmic. It feels so cosmic to me. And I'm definitely into cosmic things, you know. And when I think of cosmic, it makes me think of like a bigger picture kind of things. You know, it's like when you're standing next to the ocean. When I stand next to the ocean, I feel so small. Like I am just a drop of so much, you know, like everything is so much bigger than I am. It's just like awe-inspiring. It takes me out of my own ego and it puts me into like the larger scheme of things, you know, time and all the different lives, not just earthly lives, and the history, but not just the history of, you know, Earth, but the history of the cosmos and beyond. So this deck, oh my gosh. And it's just so beautiful, edged, and the artwork. Yeah. So this has been one of my favorites to work with thus far. And the other one would be the Healing Spirits. Yet again, we see another deck. And of course, they're both Oracle, right? Don't get me wrong, I love tarot. I do. But gosh, man, I love Oracle so much too. And I feel like where tarot can't kind of fill that spot, Oracle comes in and like fills the cracks kind of thing, you know? Especially for me, the way that I am and my personality. The tarot is more earthly based, it feels like, an archetypal, whereas Oracle, you can bring in that cosmic, you know, and or whatever, past lives, you know, love, which, I mean, you can get that all from the tarot as well, but I think it's easier to see in oracles that are designed for those types of things. But this one, this is a newer one that I got this year, but oh my gosh. I have used it several times and I wasn't going to use it. I've used it in my monthly medicine last month and I'm using it this month also. Not to mention some of my other readings that I've been doing just because it is so outstanding. Like I said, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and sometimes images. Just the image can activate things within you. And this just does. It just does that. Yeah, so those are my 2 picks for the number 1 question of favorite decks that you used so far in 2023. So that was the Healing Spirits Oracle and the Energetics of Color. One is mass market and the other one was indie. Okay, so the second question is a new deck that came into your collection this year. And this one just literally came in a few days ago. And I want to do a flip through of it. I just haven't yet. Oh, come on. What am I doing here? Apparently it doesn't want to be seen. If you couldn't tell, it's the Bohemian fortune telling cards. These are so cool. These are from Baba Studios. And I've started briefly looking through the book. I mean, I've literally had it just a few days. And trying to, get time for it is challenging with everything that I have going on right now. Projects and pool time and gardening and my practice. Yeah. Family time. So that is the Bohemian fortune telling cards. Now the cool thing about these is this book is so in-depth from just what I have read thus far. It's like they're read in pairs. I just started getting to that part. So they have examples of different pairings and what that could mean. But let me show you, because there's so many, and there's another deck also that's included in this that I didn't get. I probably should have, but I didn't. Okay, so here, pair 1, pair 2, pair, okay. Oh, so they're showing different combinations of how you can use those in a 5 card. That's pretty cool. See all of the pairs? It's just a different system that oh, the other ones are the Mercury's message cards, which I didn't get. I didn't figure I needed 2 of the, I think they're the same kind of like fortune telling cards. But sweetheart pairs, lovers pairs, lady pairs, Lord pairs, soldier pairs, judge pairs, hope pairs. I mean, it just goes on and on. Look at that. All the different variations. So I can't wait to just really dig into this. And with Baba Studio, sometimes if you don't get it, oh, I lost my place. Where was I? If you don't get it right away, you might not be able to get it. So that's why, even though I'm not digging in quite as of yet, this is where I was at. But that's one of them that I recently just got. All right. Most anticipated deck release this year. Well, most anticipated. Probably this one, the Egyptian Star Oracle. Really, because I had pre-ordered this when I had started the Deacon Walk, a little bit, yeah, when I had started it, because my girlfriend Rhiannon had told me about it. She got the Kickstarter, and I didn't even see the Kickstarter. And then when she started explaining what it was, I was like, oh, this is really cool. But when I got it, wow, it just changed, because I'm doing the Deacon Walk. It just changed. I mean, I already knew that the Deacon Walk didn't match up with what was actually in the sky. But it was for more reasons than I realized when I took on the Deacon Walk. And I still want to do the Deacon Walk, like I've said before, because it... it's always been about understanding the system of the decans that are incorporated into the tarot, okay, and seeing what's actually in the sky. But this deck changes everything for me. So I suppose I could pull it out, although most of you that are watching this have probably already seen in the Tarot Deacon Walk, and this is already, what is my dog doing out there? One second. Okay, sorry. He's acting like a fool out there. That's what doggies do. So the reason why this also changed things beyond what I realized about the Deacon Walk is that the deacons in the tarot system, those were put in place or started on the solstice of spring in Aries. So they started it with Aries because the tarot is associated with Western astrology. Well, the actual deacons that started in Egypt, they looked at it when Sirius was on the horizon, which was supposed to be towards like August. So for our part of the world, the deacons, the first deacon wouldn't even begin until August. So that changes everything. It's not the first deacon of Aries, the second deacon. That was a creation. That was a I guess where they put, the Golden Dawn, or whoever did it. I think it was the Golden Dawn. I could be wrong. But I believe that the Golden Dawn just was trying to, put these systems together in a way that worked. And so they started it because Western astrology starts, on the spring solstice. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac in Western astrology. So this changes everything though. So we would be towards the end of the Deacon Walk right now, not still in the beginning parts of it. So this deck, and that was probably a bit more than some might have wanted to know, but it is what it is, right? All right, so the next question is for the biggest disappointment. Okay, so my biggest disappointment. The collector's edition of The Witches, Women in Total Control of Herself. Oracle by Angie Solons and art by Silas Tobal. Now, hear me out. Hey, the box is nice. The book seems nice and chunky. The deck. This was another one that it would have been the most anticipated because I backed this last year and waited over a year for this deck to come out. And a month after I received it, it came out in U.S. Games. And this box actually came from U.S. Games. And it was selling what? From U.S. Games? $26, I think, that you could get this. And I backed it on Kickstarter and was patient and supporting this particular artist and creator, I should say. And for it to come out a month later, and I'm telling you, from what I have seen, because I have another one of theirs from U.S. Games, The Wisdom of Hafiz, and the cardstock feels the same. The gilding feels the same, although this was already coming off and I haven't even used this deck yet. So the gilding was already rubbing off and I've not even used it. I haven't used it because First of all, it feels like a darker, more like autumn deck to me. And also because I'm still a little bit butthurt that a month after I get it from US Games releases a copy that looks identical to the copy that I paid, what, $60 for? That's what you get for supporting a creator? So needless to say, this has been a disappointment to me. Now, I am going to use the deck. I can't speak for how well it reads. I can't speak for... I did see another video on this particular somebody ranting. I can't speak to all that. I can't see myself ever making a video like that, but hey, to each their own, you know? I don't want to be a kind of person that just comes on and annihilates. And I will say that, do I think that I'm going to let this kind of thing, this kind of disappointment, stir me away from, or move me away from, I should say, supporting, you know, creators on Kickstarter? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's my bad. Because I should have paid attention to whether or not this person also had other things going. And I know during the time that people were waiting on the Kickstarters, other decks were being released via US Games with this creator and artist. Which, you know, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. It almost feels, and this is my conspiracy mind, you know, if you've been here any longer than a minute, you know I am a practical conspiracy theorist, right? I'm a down-to-earth conspiracy theorist. Anyways, listen, at some point, if they were released a month from each other, and other ones were in the works and released during the time that all the people that had supported this particular, you know, deck, this creation to come to fruition, all these other ones were being spit out. And there's more than just this. And it's not about the quality of it. It has nothing to do with that for me. Because I like this deck too. I think it's really good. But why should a person that's supporting get pretty much... feels like the exact same copy as somebody that gets it mass market a month later when this person, my support, is shown by a slap in the face saying, hey, you get to pay another $25, $30 on top of it because you helped support me while I was in the Kickstarter phase. And a month later, it's like a slap in the face. But the conspiracy part of me is saying, was this a ploy in order to get people to stop wanting to back Kickstarters and independent creators? Because if that's the case, it didn't work. But what it did do was make me very aware of my own responsibility in who I back and doing a little bit of research, because there was another deck that I backed in 2023 that the person just skated out. Took the money and skated. And so I had to put in a complaint. That was the first time that had ever happened to me. So anyways, a not so, you know, short story, a long story as to why this was disappointing. So I can't speak to the quality. I do think it's beautiful. I can't speak to whether or not the... you know, the guidebook is good. None of that, because I have not even delved into it yet, because I'm still a little bit butthurt about the way that they handled the situation. Am I going to continue to back people on Kickstarter? You're damn right I am. Absolutely. Because I have the ability, and because I don't think artists get paid nearly what they should be for the amount of passion and love that they put into their projects. But I'm going to be very mindful about who I back. I'm going to do more research And so, yeah, this one's on me. You know, you fool me once, blame on you. You fool me twice, you know, or shame on you. You fool me twice, shame on me. So, that's how that works. I have been very reluctant to buy anything else from these creators. Now, I don't know whether or not she got into a contract with U.S. Games at the time. I can only speculate because I don't know. But during the time of the campaign, the Kickstarter campaign, and then maybe she got strong-armed by a big publishing company. I don't know. I have, that's just my conspiracy mind. I don't have any, you know, but I do have a little bit of just being upset, disappointed in the way that this whole deck was handled. It could have been handled much better. So anywho, sorry, that was a little bit of a rant. All right, so the next question is, what was the biggest surprise? It was this one. This was a big surprise. Until all the drama happened with this particular deck, I was not even drawn to this deck. But after, and hearing the other side of it and how it created a controversy, that controversy actually opened it up where I was like, why are people feeling so strongly about this either way? I want to research more, and learning that not only does the company that she used, are they more of a green company and they're conscious and they use recycled papers and stuff like that. That, for one, automatically, I was like, yeah. We wouldn't have half of the problems that we had if people would use recyclable, especially in this industry. So that, of course, that's going to be costly. The cost of getting it done more ecologically is always more expensive, just like buying organic food in the market. Even though the prices of everything has gone up, that's even more expensive. That's just how it goes. People demand a certain level of, you know, product quality, and they get it, but that comes at a price. And then the fact that it took her a couple of years in order to create this piece of art, I started looking more deeply into it, and it surprised me. I actually like it. And then with starting the Greek mythology study group, which is going to be starting here very, very shortly. We're going to be starting our first bout of it the 1st of August. And I'm so surprised at how many people wanted to join in with that. I think we're at like 53, 54 people. So I'm so excited about that. And this is one of those decks that I'm going to be using along in it. So it was a great surprise to me that I decided I wanted to get it. And I actually like it. And I was not initially attracted to it. So the controversy actually made me look, which is a good thing. Deck Crush. Number 6 is a deck crush that you have, and that is this one. And the beautiful Chanel, who created this hashtag, also created this for me with another one also, bag, crochet bag, for this particular deck that, by the way, I seen for the first time, I believe, on her channel too. No, I didn't. It was on her channel first, but I seen it for the first time over on Dawn Michelle's channel, I believe. And that is the Oracle of the Rose. I think it was before I had started watching Chanel, before I knew about her channel. But this is my deck crush. This one and another one, which I will show you. I'm so bad. But you can see my aesthetic here too, right? Oh my goodness. Let me grab it really quick. my goodness. Let me take some of these off. Look at how good these look together. Oh, it is just delectable. Ooh, look at the cards I got. Oh, did I put these back in order? I don't know. I don't think so. No. Look at that. But look at how good these look together. They just work. Oh, this is just delicious. So yes, I deck crush. This one too, but I'm saving that for another prompt. So that is the Oracle of the Rose. Now, mine came with a little guidebook. I've seen that other ones that got theirs afterwards, a little bit later, did not. I think they just got a pamphlet. But this was on Etsy, and it is an independent created deck. But oh my goodness. Woo, oh my goodness. And then to put it in this bag, which is just also part of the whole, you know, I just want to pet it. It's so luxurious, and she did such a fabulous job. So, oh, she's so talented. All right. Question number 7. Deck that made you cry. I can't really even say, because probably several while I'm doing my monthly medicine have made me cry. So several decks have. I don't know exactly, you know, probably the Healing Spirits one, and yeah, probably even the Energetics of Color. Deck that made you happy, and that would be this one. I am so in love with the Tarot of Aphrodite by Natasha Fromm. This was a Kickstarter. At first I was like, I don't know. That's a lot of pink. You know, I don't know whether or not I'm going to get on. And even the gilding is like a really pale pink. But gosh, I love this artwork and the pink, because this is a deck that is a homage to the sacred feminine. Pink just friggin' works. It's everything. I love it so much. This is another deck that I'm just like crushing hard on. And I just want to use it in everything. I can't. Because it doesn't work with everything. You know, the themes that I'm working through. But if I could, I definitely would. Yeah. So this deck makes me so happy. And it's on Etsy. This was a Kickstarter. But I believe that it is also available on Etsy. The Tarot of Aphrodite. So the next question is, excuse me, most beautiful deck this year. Yeah, I would have to say it's between the Tarot of Aphrodite and the Oracle of Rose, or the, what is it? I've got another one too, Oracle of the Rose. It's those two, and the combination of those two. So, yeah. And what deck do you want by the end of the year or are still waiting on? I have some in Kickstarter, and I think, and what deck do you want by the end of the year or are still waiting on? I have some in Kickstarter, and I think it's actually coming soon. It was a landscape, not landscape. They're all portrait cards, but it was an all landscape. I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of the actual deck is, and I think it's an oracle deck. But it's just all beautiful landscapes and waterfalls, and I think it's going to be arriving pretty soon. So if I remember, I will put a link down below to the Kickstarter, because it's a Kickstarter deck that I backed. And it'll have the name in it as the last deck for question 10, okay? So I hope to see other people doing this really fun, very difficult mid-year check-in kind of tag. It's called Mid-Year Tarot Tag. And although I didn't just use tarot, and I think it's just easier using tarot for the tag, you know, the name tarot, but I think you can use tarot or oracle, and I think she actually did in her video as well. So, and I think she mentioned that as well. So I'll be putting a link to her original video, and that is Chanel over at Spirited Stardust. And I hope to see you doing this as well, and I am sending you love always. Thank you.